Oh my God. Guess who's back again. Guess who's back. I am. Wicked. Hey. Hi, I'm Lily, and I make flexibility content, and that's all you need to know. But today we're going to do my top 5 stretches. So these are going to be like basically all the stretches that you need to do if you're getting started, or if you're just stretching out after a basic workout, or if you're just doing some physical activity and you want to stretch out. Generally, we think about stretching out after our workouts, not before. So I'm not going to do a warm-up because I'm going to just assume that you've been doing physical activity and that you're stretching out afterwards. So this is to complete my best 5 exercises or stretches for after your physical activity. And just a side note, if you do want to do your deepest stretches, then maybe do them after you've done a warm-up, and then you do your deepest stretches, and then before physical excursion, so that you don't tire out your muscles before going into your deep stretches. And that's basically why we normally do stretches after we do our workout. We normally do our stretches generally so that we, in theory, don't overexert and go into muscular atrophy at our end range before we go and do heavy lifting or something. So after you've been doing all of those activities, sitting in the office, if you've been working out in the gym, after all of that kind of excursion, we're going to do my top 5 stretches. My best 5. We're going to start today's beginner's class with a nice simple exercise. Are you ready? This one. That was obviously a joke. We're not doing it. No. So the first stretch that we're going to do, I think, is a really good place to start because it's a familiar position for us. So when we're sitting down in our offices, we're very much in this kind of position with our hips on the chair, and then we're working away all day long in this position. So I'm going to start in this tabletop position, and then I'm going to reach forward. I think that's a really good place for us to start, going from what we know, and then we can move into the bigger range motions afterwards. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees in a tabletop position. And you just want to get nice and comfortable, bringing your shoulders on top of your hands and your hips on top of your knees. And then we're going to be using that nice breath in to pull and draw our upper back in and upwards, up. And we're lengthening all the way through our arms, and we're just relaxing our pelvis. So we're not doing anything with our pelvis just yet. Just relaxing. And then when we come back, we're going to pop our chin forwards and up, and we're going to lengthen all the way through the body, sticking our tailbone up in the air. And then you can come up and through the other direction. And then I'm just going to bring that down here. So we're going to place ourselves relaxed here, lengthen the spine out, and we're going to reach our arms forward. And again, we're still pulling our chin forwards. Even if you want to relax your forehead on the floor, that's fine, but you still want to think about lengthening the spine. And for the best effects on this one, it's good to remember not to go too wide, because then you're really opening out into more open positions. You want to keep the spine nice and central, and it's easier when you've got square hips and you're facing forwards. So I couldn't do a list of stretches without adding this one to the routine. So of course we're going to have to do a twisty lateral thing of some kind. And this is my go-to, number one relaxation. This is one of my favorite stretches. So we're gonna lie down completely flat. Make sure to stretch your body nice and long before you start. Then we're gonna lift one knee up. Take it with this hand. Keep this arm out away from you. And we're going to twist across. Nice big deep breaths. You want to think about breathing all the way down through. So you can breathe through your lungs, but you can also breathe really deep into your belly. And in this stretch, I think it's nice to really get that deep breath. Feels so lovely. And I think the next step with this one, you would take this bottom foot here, hands out, nice and flat, maybe even up like this, and you're going to draw that foot away from you. My wall is a little bit in the way. And then I think about bringing this foot as far away from me as I possibly can, and lengthening. So good. And then we need to go on the inside. See. So this one's nice out here. And then you're going to take this foot straight away from you. Drawing away, away, away. Make your body as long as possible. And at some point you'll rotate over the other hip. You just keep drawing. You can bring the foot all the way up to get different stretches in it. Just play with your body and feel what feels good. Where does it have tension? How long? And I like to do like full liquidity. Nice and loose. One of my favourite stretches. Okay, so next we're going to do the 1990, I call it a windmill position because there's lots of pole dancing moves called windmills like this. So here you have like it's a 90-degree angle. So you're going to go 90 degrees in there, and then you go 90 degrees in there just for a cue if you need to visualise. And it should be the same here. If you imagine. So 90-degree angles, and then there's two ways of doing this. You go first, I would go this shoulder across this knee, so this way, and you're going to reach this hand forward, using this one just for balance and support mostly. So you're reaching this way, and you want to go forward and long, so if you can take yourself up and over, that's really going to help. That way. Very nice. And then the second way, you take your hands behind you. Make sure that you're not too wide, and your fingers are going to be pointed towards your body. So you're going to lean back like this. And then you're bending your arms to get deep into the stretch. Keep your chin up. Don't curl in too much. You want to keep up. And that should come all the way through the front here. So when you're stretching this way, you're going to get more of a stretch in this side, and you're going to get stretching across this part of the body. And then when you stretch back here, you're going to get a nice stretch coming all the way up here. And you might have a little bit in other parts there. And point your toes. Elongate. I love to go from this position. If you literally just pop your knees up on your feet, you can roll from one side to the other, and that should keep you in a perfect position. So you can go like this, use your hands for balance, and that it just keeps that perfect 90-90. So again, you can go reach in, Forward. If you're struggling, you can just pop a cushion or a yoga block under your bottom, underneath you, and prop yourself up. That'll give you the, hopefully that should help make it easier. So if you're struggling, you can just pop one of these underneath you. You reach this way, and then when you reach back, this way. And if this is really easy for you, if you're super mobile, that's why you watch my videos, then you can just pop blocks under each part, especially underneath like your feet there. That should help you to feel some kind of stretch in whatever parts of your body you're most tight. One of my ultimates. Love this one. Love this one. Absolutely love it. Yay! Lunges. Lunges. I think if you don't like lunges, you're doing them wrong. That's it. So we're gonna go like we're proposing, up on one knee. But you're going to push this knee a little bit further forwards. If you do need to hold on to something, if it's difficult for you, you want to hold on to something, obviously. So you're going to pop your foot forwards, and then you're going to lean into it, making sure to draw this hip down towards the floor. If you wanted to get more of a stretch in your knee and ankle, you would bring your knee beyond your foot. So if you've been doing a lot of like squats and weightlifting, you might want to do some knee and ankle stretching. But if you want to get a hip and under thigh stretch, a splits kind of stretch, then you want to put your foot further away from you. And the further away you get, the more into this back leg you're going to get. So if you bring it directly on top, you might get some stretching in this glute, and if you push it further away from you, you're going to get more stretching in here. So this is a must-do stretch. Love it. Bonus points if you can bring your foot up and it's actually square. Also, side lunges are a thing. If you're transferring from one foot to the other, you can do your side lunging. And love, 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 love a lunge. So next we want to take that lunge, we just want to make it a little bit more full-bodied. So we're not just working on the lower half, we're going to work on the top half as well. So if you push the foot quite far away from you, and then you come nice and comfortable, you can walk your hands back this way. Additionally, if you can't reach, lean that foot really far forward, and then you've got yoga blocks. So the next variation, you're in your lunge, you're nice and deep, and then you're going to bring two hands in front of you, up, up, and all the way. And if yours looks like this, totally fine. This is also great. There is another really awesome type of lunge. So you're going to get into your lunge here. So you're going to think about going down towards a lunge, but you're going to do it slightly differently this time. You're going to place this hand directly in line with your foot here, and then you're going to slide your back foot away from you, and then this hand is going to go all the way up and twist. And then you want to think about drawing this shoulder up, and this hip down. Okay, last one, I promise. Number 5, We're going to stretch our legs out and just go flat like this. I'm kidding. That is the aim though. So the aim is to get flat down. But we're going to start with one leg bent, nice and comfortable. So if you're more comfortable with it on your foot, do you, babe. If you're more comfortable bent like this, do you, babe. So we're gonna reach our foot out and put this foot here, and then we're gonna reach over. So what I want to do is think about taking my torso up, big breath in, and then I'm reaching over this way, and I'm taking this hand all the way over the top. And you should feel that stretch all the way through you. Like everywhere. And we go on the other side. Big deep breath up. And then you can use this arm for support. And then we're going to take both feet out nice and wide. And I think about going up, up, up. So I walk my hands forward, keeping my shoulders up and my chin up. Smiley faces as you go down. The really important thing about this one is if you think about taking your knees to face up the ceiling so that your feet point upwards and then point and elongate. So that's going to tip the rotation. You're going to rotate your legs into your hips nicely, otherwise you're going to have bone on bone crushing. So nice external rotation and reaching up and forwards as you come forwards. I'm a swimmer. Namaste. I certainly feel amazing. So there we go, that's the 5 exercises that I recommend for you to get started, or if you just want to have a stretch and you don't know what to do. These are my top 5 stretches. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you found this useful, if you want to see more. I've got loads more instructional videos and stuff planned and coming, so coming soon. More instructional videos coming soon. So